Good evening and welcome back to part 3, although technically part 2, of my 40-day Gap 360 adventure and what I'm getting up to there. So we are going over to Southeast Asia, me and a couple of mates, along with Gap 360 with a company, and there'll be about 24 of us, maybe a bit less, don't know. We'll see when we get there. And today we're going to be going through days 11 to 20 of the trip. Okay, depending on how long it takes. Could be further, probably won't be less. But if you never saw part 1, which was yesterday, then go and check that out. But that is on the channel already, and that's going through the first 10 days. And if you didn't see the first video I made, that was the other day where we just spoke about the independent travel, Bali and Singapore. So, we're going straight into day 11. And day 11, it is time for our next country in Southeast Asia. It is Vietnam, more specifically to start with Ho Chi Minh City. Over the next 2 weeks, you'll explore some of the top highlights and hidden gems inside this unforgettable destination. I might aim to try and do the whole 2 weeks, so that'll be 14 days up to about day 25, potentially, in this video. So I think this whole time is in Vietnam. After a bus journey across the border, so when, yet again, we are not going to be taking a plane, we're going to be taking a bus journey across the border. You'll have an evening to discover Ho Chi Minh City, experience arguably the greatest nightlife in Vietnam, and have a blast exploring the street food stores or hole-in-the-wall restaurants. Now, I love the game show Hole in the Wall, but I've never seen a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. I don't really know what that means. Then, day 12. So, we're not really doing much, it's just a bus journey, and then we'll be into the evening in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh. Day 12, enjoy a free morning or join an optional excursion to the Cu Chi Tunnels, an elaborate network of connecting tunnels that were once used by Viet Cong during the Vietnam War. I don't know if the optional activities, how early we have to decide if we're doing them. I don't know if we can decide that morning. If I wake up in time, I'll do them. I don't know. I hope so. But I do think we probably will be doing that. If it's either nothing or do something, I think we're geography teachers, we're going to be doing it, aren't we? Later today, we will visit the War Remnants Museum to learn more about the conflict that split Vietnam into two opposing countries. And that lasted almost 20 years, obviously, the Vietnam War. This museum is a deeply moving and unfiltered documentation of what happened, so travellers are welcome to choose which exhibitions they visit. Viewing discretion is advised, and rooms could be clearly signalled on the day. I'm not a big fan of gory things, but I could be alright in that. This evening is free again to explore Ho Chi Minh, from the wild Bưu Vien nightlife district to the iconic Ben Thanh night market. Adventure is around the corner. It always is on this trip. Every day is an adventure. It's almost like it's called the Southeast Asia Adventure. So moving on to day 13. The Mekong Delta, which is lovely shown on the TV just there. The Mekong Delta, or Mekong Delta, however you say it. Not far away from Ho Chi Minh City, it's a completely different side to Vietnam. Journey into a breathtaking countryside filled with emerald paddies? What's a paddy? Paddy put his kettle on. That's Polly, isn't it? Not Paddy. Bennett, not Paddy Wack, that's the one. And winding rivers, I don't know what a paddy is. Today we'll travel through small canals and pass by some of the most ethereal scenery you have ever seen on a peaceful boat. After checking into our homestay, we will enjoy a traditional lunch. So yes, it's not just hostels we're staying at. We are staying in some parts, I know it's about 5 in total, I think, in homestay. We're staying in somebody's home. I think we're all going to be in the same home. I think that's how it works. I don't really know how it works. But it's going to be an experience. It's not going to be, not going to be this house. It's not going to have a TV and everything. So, we'll see. Then we are off to, I don't know, we've still got, we'll enjoy a traditional lunch. So actually included lunch, I think. This evening we will gaze at the sunset from the wide Cô Chien River and enjoy a steamy cup of world-famous Vietnamese tea. Our day finishes back at our homestay with a dinner prepared by our host. That dinner, I guess, it could be a homemade dinner. That's included. I don't really like tea, but I'll try the Vietnamese tea, don't get me wrong. We'll see. Day 14, Cai Bì and Ho Chi Minh. Pass by the centuries-old tradition of floating markets and interact with the local people who make the Mekong Delta such a meaningful place to explore. We'll cycle through the quaint villages for a glimpse of everyday life in rural Vietnam before returning to Ho Chi Minh City in time for dinner. As it is our last night here, we'll make it count. We certainly will. The floating market is basically a market on a boat where people sell things on boats. I've seen videos on that as well. It does look pretty good. Day 15, Hoi An, Vietnamese fairy tale city. After a short flight, this is the first flight which is included in the thing. So we know nothing about these flights. We literally know nothing about them. These flights could be really good, might not be, who knows. But we'll see. Where would we at? Day 15. We'll reach the enchanting city of Hoi An in the early evening. From the saffron yellow architecture to the tiny lantern-lit alleyways and grand river canals. Another thing that looks very picturesque. Hoi An is a real-life fairy tale. Freely explore its incredible food spots and bars along the riverside streets. So it's not actually too much to day 14 and 15, but we will see. To be fair, they're all like four lines long, just one paragraph for the next 3 days. So now day 16, 3-day in Hoi An. From the gorgeous beaches dotted along Hoi An coast to the immersive coconut forest where travellers can glide along the river in an authentic basket boat. Today's the perfect chance to unwind with a nature escape. Take a walking tour with your guide this evening around Hoi An. Hoi An's mesmerising ancient town. This evening is yours to explore Hoi An's low-key nightlife and live music bars. Now that sounds lovely. I'm sure we'll be doing that. Day 17 is another 3-day in Hoi An. Now who knows? One thing on the review, there wasn't many negative things. But a couple, I think one of them was, but Hoi An, you get too many 3 days and not really a lot to do. But we will see. The only other one was just the quality of some hostels and the homestay isn't the best. But I'm sure I'll document it all. Or I'll give you an honest opinion when I'm there. If there's a highlight in Hoi An that you have yet to see, today's your chance to do it. There'll be an optional lantern making class where travellers have the chance to create their own souvenirs. Look, lanterns are quite big. I don't really know how I'm meant to take that home. Not just home, but around for the next 23 days as well. We'll see. Whether you want to stay in the vibrant heart of Hoi An or hit the beach and eat some fresh seafood, the choice is yours. Tonight, travellers can come along to the optional evening of karaoke to end the time in Hoi An on an incredible high. Well, let's see. Ben, Reese, I am forcing you to go to karaoke. I don't care if you don't want to go, and yes, I'm forcing you to sing as well. Everyone needs to sing. This is the thing I'm looking forward to the most. I love karaoke. Let's get the JLS, let's get the Alan Walker, let's get the Flo Rida and Alexandra Burke out. I want to sing. So, day 18 after a good night, long night karaokeing. It's hard to say goodbye to Hoi An, but our journey must continue through Vietnam, and this is only just the beginning. It's only the beginning. Over the next few days, you'll discover the natural wonders of northern Vietnam, from the limestone rocks and turquoise ocean of Ha Long Bay to the emerald valleys and winding roads of the Ha Giang Loop. But first, we'll spend the evening inside Vietnam's lively capital, Hanoi. So what I think's going on here is we're going on a 3-day journey around the northern Vietnam, where I'm not sure what we're going in, like what mode of transport, but I don't think we'll basically be roaming gypsy travelling for 3 days, I think. But so we're starting off in Hanoi, which is the capital of Vietnam. Equal parts of ancient and modern, Hanoi offered a little bit of everything to travellers, sensational old quarter, steamy street food, and a spoiled-for-choice selection of cultural and nightlife activities. Tonight, travellers can attend the water puppet show if booked in advance. I'm just intrigued to what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna YouTube it. Gonna put that. Gonna YouTube the water puppet show in Hanoi to see if I want to go. Gonna sound interesting. With a vibrant and traditional artistic performance that brings Vietnamese village stories to life. So these, I guess, like Roman legend stories of Vietnam. I guess not Roman legend stories. Vietnamese legend stories. Mythical. Maybe. And then day 19 is Ha Long Bay overnight cruise. So we're going to Ha Long Bay and the Ha Giang Loop. So this is the overnight cruise, which is interesting. I've spent the night on a boat before. Discover heaven on earth. Oh baby, do you know what that's worth? Oh, Ha Long Bay, heaven on earth. We will see. Yes, I might be thinking that on karaoke on day 17. Discover heaven on earth in Ha Long Bay with our scenic boat trip today, passing by hundreds of jungle-clad mini-islands. From the grand archipelago, easy for me to say, of Cat Ba Island to the spellbinding Lan Ha Bay further north. We'll encounter so much awe-inspiring scenery today that'll leave you lost for words. With lunch and dinner included, our only plan is to swim in the turquoise ocean and soak in Ha Long Bay's mind-blowing beauty. So, that'll be very good. Good day overnight. I'm not sure if that's day 18 going into 19 or 19 going into 20. Doesn't really make it clear. So, day 20, Ha Long Bay to Hanoi. So we're going back to Hanoi. That's why I've got a map. Some of you would have seen it where it goes jumping from place to place where we're going. We go back to Hanoi twice because we are here. We're going back to Hanoi. Travellers will have the chance this morning to go kayaking around Ha Long Bay and immerse themselves in magical landscapes, explore nature and encounter all the Ha Long Bay many secrets, including limestone caves, fishing villages and isolated beaches. This afternoon, we'll leave to reach Hanoi in early evening, where we will jump on an overnight sleeper bus to Ha Giang. Oh, good for the Ha Giang Loop. So actually, I think I'll jump the gun a bit with that. The 3-day adventure starts now, I think. Yeah, and day 21. Good job. Yeah, we got through that. We got through those 10 days in 14 minutes, so I can feel free to carry on. Could take just one paragraph long, but paragraph 21 makes up for basically covered up the whole of my screen now. The Ha Giang Loop. The Ha Giang Loop is one of the greatest journeys you can take in all of Southeast Asia. Over the next 3 days, you'll feel immersed in Vietnam's majestic countryside and experience its unimaginable beauty. From the deep Emerald Mountain passes and valleys to breathtaking winding roads and water passages. It's a natural paradise in every sense of the word. and you'll encounter some of the most awe-inspiring views and greatest hidden gems on Earth. All you need to do is kick back and relax, as we'll be taking this unforgettable journey in open-air cars for the full experience. Maybe I should read on. I have vaguely read all of this before. It's not my first time seeing all of this, but I did just say I didn't know how we were getting around this loop. Looks like we're going in convertible. I'm sure it won't be a Ferrari, but I can live in hope. Chill in Hagyeong City for a few hours before our journey begins, starting with the magnificent Baktum Pass. When we reach Heaven's Gate, we'll enjoy the enchanting beauty of Tamson Town and the Twin Mountains in the near distance over a hot cup of coffee. Don't like coffee. After a local lunch in the small town of Yeonmin, we'll venture through the curved road of Chingkone Pass until we reach the phenomenal Dongvan Karst Plateau Geopark, where you'll find hundreds of rugged mountains nestled closely together from one unforgettable landscape. Now that sounds very geographical and very good. After catching a glimpse of everyday life in the mountains, our final part of exploration for today is the Shimong King Palace, a century-old residency which belonged to the king of the indigenous Shimong community in rural Vietnam. Tonight, we'll arrive at our cosy accommodation and enjoy a traditional local dinner together. Now that sounds fun. I didn't realise where we'd be staying. I don't know exactly where we're staying for all 3 of these days, but we'll see. Does say in the italic paragraph underneath that all activities are weather dependent. If the weather prevents the itinerary from going ahead, alternative activities will be put in place. Let's just hope the weather doesn't play a part. We are going in monsoon season for Thailand. I don't know how that equates to Vietnam and what the weather will be like in specific places. We will see, but we can only keep our fingers crossed that the weather is fine. Day 22, the Ma Pi Leng Pass. Let's hope it is a bit long. Our Hagyeong Loop adventure continued, known as the King of Vietnam's mountain passes. Nothing can compare for just how striking the Ma Pi Leng Pass is. The cliffs reach a sky-high altitude of 2,000 metres, with branches of the Ho Chi River, silent, why is it private, I don't know, and winding roads intertwine seamlessly into the high valleys. Feel at the top of the world with, while hiking the Sky Path, offering the most gorgeous view of the scenery that we have just journeyed through. That will be fun, going on a sky path, having a lovely view. Went on a sky path over the, what's it called, the Grand Canyon in April. That was very good as well. We'll wander through charming local towns and fuel up on a delicious lunch before lazily enjoying more emerald scenery until we reach our rural homestay in Do Gia, a quiet village that makes you feel as if you stepped inside a movie. I would love to be in a movie. Not that I watch many movies, but I'd love to be in one. But I'll be creating a movie. Maybe. Hopefully. Like, of a movie of this adventure. That's what I mean. What day are we at now? Day 23. Yeah, so we do 23, 24, 25. 3 days to go in this video, and we're 19.5 minutes in, so. Finish the Hagyeong Loop. Today's our final day on the loop. After breakfast, we'll stop at an enchanting waterfall, where travellers can go for a refreshing swim in the glistening blue waters, passing by magical scenery on the way. We'll later visit an indigenous Shimong village called Lung Tam, to learn more about the local women's tradition of textile making. Hate that with a passion. I hate the feel of it. Can't do it. More natural discovery then awaits, including the Nui Doi Mountains. Lastly, we'll return to familiar but still spectacular scenery. Crossing the Sky Gate and Batsun Pass one more time to get to Hagyeong City. We'll take a few hours to chill and refresh in Hagyeong City before boarding our limousine van to Hanoi. Must be, to fit 24 people in a limousine van, it must be something. So it's the group as well, 24 plus everyone else, plus driver and tour guide, I presume, and whoever else is coming. About 30 seats in that van. Limousine as well, I mean, something. Day 24. This morning, we'll walk around Hoi An Kiem Lake, which is like a green oasis in the heart of Hanoi. From here, travellers can explore Hanoi at their leisure. We recommend checking out the sacred Ngok Sun Temple, visiting the historical Hoa Lo Prison, and doing some people watching in Hanoi's Old Quarter from comfort of a Bia Hoi, an outdoor bar where travellers can enjoy one of the cheapest pints of beer in the world. Sure, we'll be having a cheap pint there. Breathe in Hanoi's unforgettable atmosphere while gazing at groups playing local games like Da Kao and practicing Tai Chi. As someone who has just watched the first two episodes of the third episode of Squid Game, these games sound a bit like them. I hope it's not. Day 25, Hanoi to Vietnam. Do I do 25? Just read through it in my head before deciding whether I do it. Because this is Hanoi to Laos. So we have lunch before having a flight to Vietnam. Yeah, you know what, to Vietnam to Laos. I'm going to leave it there for this episode. That is day 10 to 24 of my journey to, I think day 11 to 24, wasn't it? So 14 days, maybe, in Vietnam, around that. That will look like it's going to be so much different to Bangkok, so much different to anything I've ever experienced in my life. And you know, it's going to be a cultural eye-opener. I can feel it's going to go one or two ways. Either I'm going to really, really love it, or I might really, really dislike it. I don't know. Maybe we're somewhere in the middle. Anything can happen. Who knows? Let's hope I'll enjoy it and it'll all be good. I will see you at some point soon for after day 25. Could be day 25 to the end, I doubt it. Probably day 25 to about 33 maybe, and then I'll do 33 to 40. And then I also want to include my flight home and everything in one of them, so it won't be day 25 to the end, definitely not. There'll at least 2 more videos coming from this, and then what I'm taking with me, my packing, and then I'll be off. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and watch the previous one.